Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cristiana and today you're here to hear me talk about the best books of the year I've read so far. So, don't be surprised because they're only mostly fantasy. It's my favorite genre, as you know, but I've been getting really a lot into romance, contemporary romance lately, and there were really close calls to the favorite book of each month. But they ended up being fantasies anyway, so I don't want to keep you much of your time here, so let's get into it. So the first book I have to talk about is a BookTok favorite, a Bookstagram BookTube favorite, and that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So, this book was a 5-star read for me, and it's mostly adult romance, and it's between two characters, Poppy and Ock, and these characters are absolutely incredible, okay? They were really well developed, and I really love the world building around these characters, actually. And you see that Poppy is mostly seen as an object, as most women are, unfortunately, these days. And by this character, she's not seen as an object, okay? She's seen as much more than an object. She's seen as a woman, seen as a human. She's not really human. But, spoiler alert. But she's seen as what she is, not an object. And I really love the dynamic between these two characters, okay? And I am not going to give any plot, any synopsis, because I think you have basically every research bar you can find on the internet really easily, on Goodreads, on Amazon, even on Bookstagram you can find plot and synopsis of this book. But the thing is, I read this book and gave it 5 stars, but I won't keep reading the series. It was announced to be a series, not a trilogy, so I won't keep reading it because I've heard a few things about the second and the third book, and I don't think those things will fit my style in reading. So, but it was really fun, and the smut scenes are absolutely incredible. You should definitely give it a go. Okay, go for it. A little time out. I really want to say I'm sorry for my stuttering. I haven't been filming against a camera in a long time, so my English is a little rusty, and I don't feel as comfortable filming, but I really hope you like this video and you forgive me for my stuttering. So let's move on. Second book I will talk about here. Okay, this is really hard for me to talk about because this book was a whirlwind of emotions, and it really got me to my knees. I cried, I bawled my eyes out reading this book. This duology actually is my favorite duology of all time, and that is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and I'm talking about Crooked Kingdom. This book, I really don't know how to talk about this book because I don't want to give spoilers, but the ones who read it, they know my pain. I wasn't really rooting for some characters in this book, and I am not talking about the 6 main characters, okay? But there were some scenes I liked the introduction of new characters, okay? Especially in Age's Rival, okay? I just loved she had an equal, and it was really cool to see the fight scenes, okay? And this is not a spoiler, okay? You know, if you read Six of Crows, Shadow and Bone, and any book by Leigh Bardugo, you know there are fight scenes. So, obviously, if you have 6 main characters and they are all trying to plan a heist and trying to make the world better for themselves, you know there will be fight scenes and there will have rivals. So, you know there will be rivals. But I just want to say thank you and congratulations to Leigh Bardugo, because she made these books like a phenomenon, okay? And after watching the TV adaptation for Shadow and Bone, I even loved this book so much more. It's like not a 5 stars anymore. It's like 1,000 stars. It was really fantastic. Okay, I really love these characters. I really love the world building. But I hate Shadow and Dawn, okay? Six of Crows is just perfect. Let's continue. Okay, the next book I will talk about is another favorite and is just as good as Six of Crows in my opinion, okay? There are different points, obviously. The world building is completely different. One is darker and one is more magical, more ethereal, more whimsical. And the book I'm talking about is Carnival by Stephanie Garber. I know everyone's saying that this book is like a dupe for The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, but I haven't read Night Circus yet, and I plan on reading it this fall because people say it's really amazing and I really should read it. But I really want to talk about how amazing the characters in the Carnival first book are, because I am currently reading Legendary and I have a few thoughts on Tella, but I won't talk about it yet. So my thoughts on oh my god, I was going to say Stephanie, I'm really sorry. My thoughts on Scarlett and Julian are just, they're OTP. I love them, okay? Oh! I personally love Scarlett more than Tella still, even though I'm reading Legendary now and it's more focused on Tella. I think Scarlett can be more mature and more in-depth with her emotions, and I think Tella lets herself go much more. She's more like she tries to give this image that she's more fun, that she's more relaxed, but she also has her quirks and her defects. So, and I loved Julian, okay? The moment Julian appeared in the first book in Carnival, I knew something was going to happen. I knew Scarlett and Julian were premeditated. I knew they were going to be together, and the moment it happened, my heart exploded. It was beautiful, and the sets around these characters were just so magical. I got myself sighing of how stunning this book was, of how magical it felt. I felt so nostalgic because Carnival is sort of a magical circus, and the characters resemble a lot of the characters that inhabit the circus in real life. So you sort of feel a nostalgia of when you were a kid and you were to visit the circus with your parents. And it was just stunning. I have no other word for it. Go, read it, go. The next book I have here, I feel is quite underrated, but it shouldn't be because it's really stunning. It's just incredible, and I feel like the author of this book is more known for another 2 books she has. I think it's a duology, and the duology is Strange Dreamer. But the book I'm talking about, it's not Strange Dreamer. It's actually the trilogy of Dora, Smoke and Bone. And this is so underrated in comparison to Strange Dreamer. I haven't read Strange Dreamer, okay? So I don't want to say, oh my god, Strange Dreamer isn't blah blah blah. I don't want to say anything like that. I want to say Daughter of Smoke and Bone deserves more hype, okay? Those characters, that imagery around these characters, the palaces, the magical creatures, the angels, oh my god! I want people hyping up this book and like more than it is. Like a blue-haired girl who doesn't remember her past because she was sort of cursed. And then this angel appears and makes her remember, and she's a chimera. Guys, what else do I have to say? Have you ever read the book about chimeras? Because I haven't. And the moment I laid my eyes on that book, I was like, yeah. It was just amazing, guys. You really have to get it, and I won't give any spoilers. I try not to give spoilers, okay? But it's so hard when you love these books so much and you need to express your feelings about them, okay? So if anyone read Daughter of Smoke and Bone, talk to me, please. Talk to me. So yes, we come back to a booktop, book quote, bookstagram, booktube favorite, and especially because the sequel came out this month, October, and the book is Kingdom of the Wicked by Karen Maniscalco. Guys, I love every book that is set in Italy. I love every book about witches. And what I loved most about this book was that the 7 sins were represented as 7 princes of hell. Guys, I literally, I was like, started reading. I didn't know shit about that book, okay? I haven't read any reviews. I haven't seen anything around Bookstagram. I mean, I saw the pictures, but I never read any description because I was so afraid I would get spoilers about it. So I just went into the book like, okay, that's my motto now. I just go into the book without knowing anything about it. And at first I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh yeah, Wrath, come here. And then the ending just got me like, what? It was just, wow. And I love the atmospherics of the book, okay? Italy, Sicily, we love the foods, we love the bitches, we love the main characters so much. Like, the story is set around 2 main characters, 1 prince of hell and 1 witch, and they fall in love. Okay, it's not really specific around the book because they don't have moments of, intercourse nor interaction in that manner, but they do have moments that leave you mouth-watering, okay? You just need them to kiss, at least to erase that sexual tension, or like put it a little down, because they're really needing to have sex. I'm sorry, Emilia and Wrath, but you really need to ease the tension. I'm so sorry. Okay, the book I have here next is one that mostly no one knows about, and it should be known that this book is comparable to the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and that book is The King's 100 by Karen Bix. I got a copy of this book from the author. She came to me and asked me if I would like to read her book because I love royalty and I love sci-fi and I love the Lunar Chronicles. And I was like, yeah, sure, please. I love all that. And the moment the book got to me, I was like, that cover is stunning. I'm already into it. And the minute I got into reading that book, I was like, oh damn. It was just beautiful. The romance in itself, it was really like innocent. You have no smut around this book. It's just really innocence and just sensibility around the book, around these characters. And I love the main characters so much. I didn't like some of the decisions she made. Like, it got me really upset. But around that, it was 5 stars for me. And this book is comparable with American Royals by Catherine McKee and The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. So, go get it. The next book I have here is another book community favorite. And this has been a favorite since I know of the book community, okay? Like, and I only read it like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was a buddy read with my friend Annika, and that was Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. How can I talk about that book? It just gives me all these feelings, and I love sci-fi. I love everything to do with the stars and planets. Even though it might not seem as much, but I do love reading sci-fi, and I only read a few sci-fis in my life, and my favorite continues to be These Broken Stars, but this one, oh my god! The main character is supposedly a different breed of lunar people. I don't remember the terms very well. I need to do some research again. But the main character is different from her colleagues in learning to manipulate ships to go fight against the other creatures in the universe. And one day she is put aside from her colleagues, and she finds this ship, and it's called M-Bot. Oh my god, I remember the name of the main character, Spencer. I'm sorry. Spencer finds M-Bot, and M-Bot is actually an automaton. He talks to her. He responds to her comments. He gives her advice. It's really fun. I love M-Bot. And there is a little bit of romantic tension between two characters as well. And I've heard that in Starsight they get to kiss. I haven't finished Starsight. I've been reading it for like 2 months. I haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, I'm like 30% in the book. I haven't finished yet. I have to get to it. And I just love the fights. It's so epic. It's so different from anything I've read before. Beautiful. Guys, grab your copy today. The next book here is, oh well, yet another fantasy. But this one is a royal fantasy, a different sort of magic binding fantasy, and that is Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. Guys, I haven't read her other books. I haven't read Spin the Dawn, and I haven't read some of the Disney Twisted Tales she wrote. But this one had me from the first paragraph. Like, no. And the cover, especially the hardcover edition, is beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. And it's really hyped up, and there is a reason for it to be hyped up. A princess has to undo this spell around her 7 brothers. I think it's 7 brothers. They turn into cranes. Okay, they turn into cranes, and there's a love interest, and there's a whole new world to be explored. And she's alone. She doesn't know what she's doing, and then she befriends a dragon. Okay. It's mind-blowing, okay? It's absolutely incredible, absolutely stunning, and you should be reading it right now, because if you haven't read it yet, you're a fool. And finally, the last book I have to talk to you today is actually a romance. We broke our fantasy sci-fi chain. It's a romance, and it's my September favorite, and that is one that is very hyped up now, and that is, I don't remember the name. I remembered is The Hypothesis by Haley Hazelwood. So I went into this book still not knowing anything, unless that it was supposed to be a Kyle and Rilo. Guys, I'm sorry. My brain isn't working very well today. I just know it was a Star Wars, like, fan fiction, and it was turned into a book. And I went into it not knowing anything, because, like, I only have quite a few favorite romances, and this was very close to my favorite new romance, okay? And the main character is really insecure, and she's really shy, and she is independent, and she's trying to conduct a research about a type of cancer, because someone close to her died with that cancer. And after breaking up with a guy who's now dating her best friend, she finds herself trying to connect with another man. And that man is none other than the worst professor in the faculty. He is mean, he is ruthless, he is not the enemy, but like, not very amicable. And this starts a fake dating trope. And as obviously, a fake dating trope leads to real dating feelings. It was amazing. Okay, I know that it's very controversial, because some people don't like it. Some people really don't feel like it was amazing. It was just, it was not too much, too good. And I know it's really, like, different from what people are used to read, but it was really amazing. I love academia books. People should get to read more academia books. That's what I have to say. Go get this book. And that resumes this video for today. So if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. It really means a lot to me. We're almost in 100 subscribers, and it will really mean a lot to me if we could get to these subscribers, to this number. I will try to post more weekly and more new content, and I am finally free to do so since I'm now working from home and I have more time to film. So I hope to see you in the next video, and please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.